Hello.
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 Hi, everyone. And welcome to Housebound Adventuring. We're definitely
Woo.
prepared and on time.
Everything is running smoothly.
Everything's running smoothly over
This
here.
is completely my fault. I fell asleep.
It's all right. We are not well known for being on time. This is a-okay. I hope you're all well. I hope you're all having a nice. I hope you're having an extended weekend. Not everybody is. We're gonna play some D&D. To begin with, we will be doing a tiny little prompty poo. This prompt was given to us by none other than Grace, Monarch of Prompts. And that it is, your character is now a Twitch streamer. What do they stream? And you can also talk about your community and how quote unquote successful they are. Anything that you'd like. Okay. Whilst our players are thinking about that, although they might have already got something cooked up, we'll describe briefly what happened last session. Last session, after being led on a wild goose chase by Haiku, our players got back on the road. Hey, it's canon now. It happened. Just because you want to forget about it doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Cast a spell.
We're not strong enough for modified memory yet.
No.
Our players followed the path eastward and they bumped into an incredible sight, the sight of a giant tree that broke the treetops and the boughs and everything off into the distant sky with blue leaves that had giant books attached as if they were branches themselves. And they had huge kind of leafy pages that were turning in the wind. And as you were looking at these leafy pages, you saw that they were being filled as you were staring at them. They were being filled with all sorts of interesting tidbits. Some of them seemed to be a stream of consciousness of individuals that were thinking things as they were thinking things. Others were describing people's days as they happened, as if they were some kind of story. Another was simply reading out new words that had been invented on the spot. But whilst poking around in this incredible location, Randall felt his grimoire, his tome upon his hip, gain weight and start to almost tug him down to the ground. After leafing through his book, trying to figure out what it is, he could see that some of the words that his attention were being drawn to spelled out something to the effect of underground, or go underground, go down below. Can't remember the precise wording. It's been a month. You guys were hearing Randall's calls for adventure, poke around the roots of the tree, and some of us were less keen to go underneath into the cave below. Some of us were very excited about it. Nurili and Randall were extremely keen, and Oro and Haiku maybe less so. Regardless, you stepped down into the roots below and eventually came into an incredible kind of cloud-filled skyline almost. You were like as if you were floating above some kind of endless void of magic. There were 4 giant swords placed into each corner of this area as you just stepped out into nothingness. Amazed by the sight around you, bewildered, the world started spinning and each of you started to fall deeper and deeper towards the ground. As you all made wisdom saving throws, one of us was more successful than others, and Oro noted several things. First off, as you started to be pulled down to the ground, the tome at Randall's hip seems to spring to life, its pages kind of frantically turning. But also, Oro pulls out from the cloud that was at her feet a bone, and she feels dirt beneath her hands. You were never above the clouds. You were always in a cave underneath this tree. But you wake up. And you woke up in a completely different place, in the same bodies, but in just a different time and world almost. Oro was is the beloved, I had a name for you, literature fairy. the beloved literature fairy.
You had a perfect
Someone who-
opportunity to quote the 1999 classic The Mummy and say, "She's a librarian." Okay, I'm done now.
It's been a long time since I've seen that film. I'm very sorry. Literature fairy. She's not a librarian. All she does is she ferries books to and fro. Librarians have a very complex job. But Oro doesn't read. Not that she can't read, it's that she elects not to read. She doesn't. She doesn't want to.
I shan't.
Or at least so far, she's not found any literature that has made her want to read. Whereas, Oro had a couple of things that she needed to do that day. She needed to ferry a couple of books around. She also needed to fix or catch the children who had been going around the monastery, moving books to and fro. Because you see, you guys are now in the Liber Amon's monastery, where Randall was trained. Haiku wakes up and is head in books, surrounded by books in the depths of the library. And Haiku is here on a quest. Haiku's here on a quest to find an artifact that their family has been looking for centuries, maybe longer. I'm looking for some information on that. Randall, a resident monk here, has been trying to find some literature and is preparing for a presentation, a thesis defense of sorts, a progression panel for those of you who have suffered PhD woes like I have, to ensure that he's actually studying what he's supposed to be studying, and that is he has a topic in particular in mind, that of one Caspian Kinshire, who seems to be very difficult to pin down, because every time you find any literature that refers to him, when you go to turn around, it's gone. And we have Nerli, who is the head priestess of Ogma, the god of knowledge, and the god that is revered by the most part by this monastery. Nerli had a couple of things to attend to this day, including running a introduction to the new scholars, the new apostles who had just shown up, and giving them an introduction to Ogma by reciting a particular aphorism called the Binder's Aphorism. Also had to set them a homework assignment and meet up with and listen to the progression panel of Randall. And last but not least, nope, that's everyone. I did it out of order from what I've got on the page here. I did that out of order. So you guys were poking around. Oro bumped into some of the kids who were stealing the books but couldn't catch them. Then popped into Nerli's office and found that she seemed to be struggling somewhat today. And she asked you to find a book that had the Binder's Aphorism in it. Unfortunately, with rolls very low, you could not help her. Moving on, you bumped into a turtle called Haiku, who was being harassed by Albert Humperdinck, a fan favorite.
Yeah.
Everyone loves Albert
A
Humperdinck.
fan favourite, but not a player favourite.
And he led you to a section that was almost useful, but he was really bothering you. Anyway, so Haiku and Oro were left after Oro managed to persuade Albert Humperdinck to bugger off. And as that was occurring, Haiku recognized that there was a book in the forbidden section next to it that looked like it could be interesting. Before we left those characters, they recognized that they had matching tattoos, despite never having met each other. Very odd. Moving on, Randall had a moment where he had to chase up Nerli and say, "Help! I've got this presentation later, but I don't know anything because everything's gone. Gee, I don't know. Every time I try to give a talk about it, all the literature is gone every time." It was very panicked. But Nerli calmed him and said, "It's going to be fine. Just give your talk." I believe in you. Surely enough, moments later, Neroli was giving her induction speech to the new arrivals and pulled something out of her ass, which was excellent, but didn't quite meet the bill because she was supposed to talk about the binder's aphorism and couldn't find it.
I had one of the things.
You did correctly find one sentence of the aphorism, yes.
Yes.
Afterwards, we had Randall's presentation. Randall also pulled something out of his ass. Very well done, which was excellent and successfully swayed the panel, including Professor Nugget. Quite a lot happened last session.
Loads.
Yeah.
That was a lot longer than I expected it to be. Okay. So, we start today's session with our prompt. Our prompt is that our characters are now Twitch streamers. What do they stream now? We're going to start with Haiku.
So if we were to look down the Twitch streaming categories, Haiku would fit into one of two. I've got making and crafting. I think that's a category, isn't it?
Yeah.
Making and crafting.
Makers
sure.
and crafting, I think, is what it's called.
That's the one. For obvious reasons. And then also just chatting. I think Haiku have like a weekly segment where they do like a lucky dip on their shell. And they just spend an hour talking about whatever it is they come across.
I like
and it's
that.
got
Love
like
that.
a fairly small, like niche community of like diehard nerds who love seeing what they've got. And they're like, oh, he's got the ocular lock. Yeah.
I like your nerd voice. That was really fun.
I did it the other day. I think we're playing Dota for the first time, and Tom seemed to like it.
I do like it a lot. Excellent. Okie dokie. Oro. What does Oro stream?
I think Oro is a FPS streamer and mostly streams a lot of Fortnite. She's very cool. She's very on trend.
Okay.
She has a decently large community, not like mega large, and they're all very blunt, but a good community. It's fine.
Sure.
She also came out with a how to stream workshop, and the first page does not include. You should look at your viewer list and call out your new levels.
How was that received? How was the workshop received? Did it go down very well?
Oh yeah, great. Went way better than some other guys.
Okay, fantastic. Very good. Okay, how about Randall? What does Randall stream?
So Randall is going to be in the makers and crafting, and his shtick is going to be book restoration.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
That's so perfect.
His following was small and is now almost non-existent because he has spent 1,000 hours streaming but has not moved on to book number 2 yet. Or restoring book number 1.
That's so good. That's so good. Okay, last but not least, Neroli.
I think that she, you know how people will do the like backpacks where they can go walk around and stream?
Oh yeah.
I think that she would end up, I don't know what category it would be, but she would be like streaming foraging. And like she'd probably do a little bit of knitting, but it would mostly probably be just like chatting. And it would be like there would be like the nighttime stream where she would do her like Selene stuff and talk about that, and probably like sit somewhere and give people advice. And like there it would be like so like weird like what are those like life coach? There's like a waterfall nearby, so there's like moonlight and like a soft waterfall in the background, and she's just like soft voice telling people things are gonna be okay or whatever while knitting or weaving whatever, and then the like morning like foraging stuff and teaching people how to not poison themselves with mushrooms and things like that.
Brilliant. That's perfectly Neroli. Those are all excellent answers. Well done, everybody. I enjoyed that. That was a good question. Thank you again to Grace, the monarch of prompts, If you think you're up to snuff and you want to try and put in a prompt, feel free to give it a shot. It's not easy. We're thinking about maybe putting together a collection of them and releasing them at some point, but it's hard to get the effort for that because it's hard to know if anyone will ever use them. But yes, anyway, feel free to add yourself to that. If it doesn't get used by us, it might get used by somebody else. Who knows? Okay, so starting today's session, we have Oro and Haiku. We ended with you guys on a bit of a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
Because you'd noticed that you have matching tattoos, but Oro was about to leave. Getting back to your duties.
What? How did you get that tattoo?
Hey, from a tattoo shop.
That does make
What
sense.
about you?
What? Now, do I remember what the tattoo means? Do I remember anything about getting the tattoo, or do I just know I have this tattoo?
Roll me a history check.
Okay. 17.
You have a very strong idea of the general concepts. So you understand that it was something to do with a close-knit group that you were involved in, and you just can't quite. In fact, you're fairly certain that it's to do with an adventuring party you were in,
Okay.
but it was a long time ago.
Oro examines the tattoo more and like checks it up against hers and like, were you in an adventuring party a long time ago?
You're gonna want a history check, I assume, Tom.
Yes, please.
Would we be able to also remember the powers they have, the tattoos?
No. Yes. No. I think you probably would. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, you remember it being something that is tied deeply to an adventuring party you were in, but that's not as helpful for you as it was for Oro because you've been in a few adventuring parties.
Okay. Yeah, but I've been through a fair few in my time. Things usually go wrong with the groups I'm in. Not my fault.
Is that a thing you've gone to a therapist about?
Not my fault.
Oh, okay.
Does yours like suck in fire and stuff?
No, not that I've tried.
Oh,
But
right,
I've only been in one adventuring party.
oh.
And
Are you sure it doesn't suck in fire? Maybe give it a go. I mean, they're exactly the same.
do I know what mine does?
Yeah. I think everyone who's got you've got all your abilities and all your powers, so
Okay,
it would make
alright.
sense for you to know what your.
What does mine do? Mine so I can speak to Nugget all the time,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, but I can't. But I don't know who Nugget is now. Oh no. I think mine used to help me talk to someone. If I remember right.
One of your adventuring group?
I assume so. I don't know why I don't remember. It seems important.
It does seem like something you should remember.
I mean, it's weird we have the same one. I'm just saying, maybe something. Maybe it's supposed to be here.
Yeah, that is peculiar. I mean, the odds of us having the same tattoo are small. Smaller
Yeah,
than you.
it's not like it's like a butterfly or something. Or, then it would have been like, all right, maybe the shop just had a sale on that day and we all got butterfly tattoos. But this is pretty specific.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, they're identical.
Yeah. What have you got to do here?
What, when am I in the What am I here for?
Yeah.
I'm looking for I'm looking for something. So I'm looking for a book to help me look for that something. You get me?
Yes.
Cool.
I think I should help you.
How trustworthy am I of Oro? Would you say?
So far, I mean, you can tell me really. If you'd like to do an insight check for some help on that, you're welcome to.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't fail this. Oh.
That's not fab. So far, your interactions with Oro have been very positive. She's identified that Albert Humperdinck was not on your vibe, and she's come and she's swept you, saved you, right? She's been excellent. However, a minute ago, this is, a month ago for us, but a minute ago for your characters, you identified that one of the books that you wanted to read was in the forbidden section, and she said you shouldn't go in there.
Yeah, that's why I was asking for the trustworthiness.
Yeah. So that is the only reason so far that you are a little bit doubtful of her, is because you want to go do something that she has previously said you shouldn't do.
Gotcha.
That's the only thing. You think that otherwise she seems trustworthy. She seems like a good sort. And, you have this tattoo matching situation, which is kind of, that seems remarkable. But there is that slight doubt.
Okay. Well, I mean, you certainly seem like the kind and helpful sort. But I think I'm good. Just looking for a book.
Well, you said it's in the forbidden section, right?
Well,
You're not allowed in there. I can help you get in.
Wait, have you actually said that, or is that Jenny saying that?
No, she goes, I could help you. I mean, it wouldn't, I don't think I could, I don't think I could sneak you in there, no offense, but not...
What's that meant to mean?
You got a lot of shit on your back, otherwise it would probably be fine. You're very jingly jangly, This is a library, you can hear everything.
I am quite jingly jangly.
Remorseful. I am quite jingly jangly. Hey, Noko.
Just in time, Noko. Just in time. We started late, and then we've had a lot of fun talking about our prompts and stuff. We've just picked up where we left off, sort of.
Picked off where we left up.
Yeah, where Oro and Haiku had realized that they've got matching tattoos. And Haiku has just persuaded Oro to maybe go into the forbidden section here. Is that what you're saying?
I think Oro's more trying to persuade Haiku to let her go in and help.
All right, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Hey, you sure I couldn't? I wouldn't want to do anything that would get you fired.
I mean, they're not gonna fire me. I need to go put a book back in the forbidden section anyway. It's just like a kid got up there or something. It's fine.
It just happens to fall down next to it, and
no,
fall underneath the presumed velvet rope. That's people from getting in.
So there's essentially just a velvet rope. You're right, that stops people from going from one place to another. It really is. It's very loosely organized. But there are several people who walk around so there are other literature fairies, like Oro, who go around and kind of pick up books and return them. And Oro is very familiar with the process. If you ever see anybody in the forbidden section who shouldn't be in the forbidden sections, they get immediately ejected and given a 500 gold piece fine, and they are banned for life. Which for normal people, 500 gold pieces is an absurd amount that will, possibly have you in squalor for the rest of your life. Oro, you are familiar that the cardinal directions are the sections that are the forbidden sections.
Mm-hmm.
What I mean by that is the west, north, and east on each of the floors, not the south, because those are usually entryways, are where the forbidden sections are. They are each specific to a particular genre, because they are adjacent to that kind of bookage. The one that you're currently stood next to is the forbidden section for locations.
Okay. Which is the one that Haiku said that they need to go into or something, right?
Well, Haiku had briefly kind of
Sort of alluded to it.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, Albert Humperdinck had previously led Haiku specifically to this location because other books in the area seemed to maybe be on topic.
Yeah.
But none of them seemed to really fit the bill, apart from this particular book that they've identified, which is in the forbidden section.
Okay. And I have a forbidden book as well. Which section does that need to go into?
That is a section that is the on the ground floor. You're currently on the first floor.
Okay.
It needs to be in the history and individual section.
Okay.
Which is down by Randall's den for the last couple of days.
All right. So if I get you this book, do you need, like, is it just I need to flip to a page and see this one thing and then have it back immediately, or is it I need to study this for time?
Yeah, I'm gonna need to study it. I don't fully know what I'm looking for, if I'm being completely honest with you, Aurora.
And you don't know what the book's called, but you know it's probably in the forbidden section.
No, I think I've got the name of it, haven't I?
Haiku's got the name of it.
Yeah, I've got the name of it. I just don't know which bit of the book.
Oh, right. Okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay. So, let's devise a plan here, okay? Because we're in this corner here, perhaps I could go up, get that book, because, Tom, I assume I know exactly where that book is.
I mean, you're
Ish.
somewhat familiar with the forbidden section. It wouldn't take you very long to find it.
Okay. I can go up there because I have this one forbidden book and be like, where's this go? Blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, I don't go up there very often. I'll find that book, replace it with the one. No, I don't want to replace. Shit.
So the book that you have that you need to return that's still on your trolley needs to go to a different place.
Yeah.
The book that you need to access is basically right next to Haiku right now.
How
the only
similar
thing between
do the books look? Do the forbidden books look like really shiny and?
So they have a particular bookmark. So they are all kind of they all have this like purple bookmark that is aligned down the center of it, like a silk one.
Okay.
So that's how you can mark them as because the people who bring these books out usually sit down with a bookmark on them. You can be like, oh, okay, well, you've got that from the forbidden section. 500 gold piece fine. You're out.
Okay, Haiku. So I return books to where they're supposed to be. There's this one book that I got today that I need to return to that I had a ping of interest, and I don't read. I can read, I just don't want to read. But it seems important for me. So perhaps I try and read this book, and maybe we chill here, and you can like keep a watch out in case anyone comes over here, and I'll try and see what this book's about, and then afterwards I could go and get your book and replace it with this forbidden book because it has a little bookmark and it's obvious that it's a special book, blah blah blah. And I could put that up there and replace it, and then you could have a new book. Okay,
that seems fair enough.
Okay,
sounds like a plan.
Okay, I'm gonna start reading the book.
Do you want to like sort of like stand behind me? As you so rudely pointed out earlier, I'm quite large.
yes, I will do. Let me know if you hear anyone coming or see anyone coming. Both.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sort of crouch slightly to look filthier than any turtle has any right to be.
I mean, maybe hold a book or something. Don't make it look like
Oh,
you know.
yeah, good idea.
Okay.
I'll grab one of the normal books.
Yeah.
Non-forbidden books.
The normie books. Yeah.
Normal books.
So whilst you are leafing, well, whilst you're looking for this particular book, you see a couple of others that are notable. You see a book called Faerun and its Ancient Loci. Why are they in the shape of a smiley face? You see a book called The Plains, A Hitchhiker's Guide. And another book called Tex Ars, How Bigots Got Lost in Time. Right next to the book that you're looking for, which is Mysteries, Myths, and Esoteria of Ancient Cormier. You pull it out of the library shelf, and you start to leaf through it, and you recognize that this kind of seems to be referring specifically to not so much places and locations and items, which is what kind of makes sense considering the title of the book and where it is in the library, but almost like some kind of magic and specific individuals. It's kind of, you're kind of, again, you're not a big reader, so a lot of these words are kind of going over your head, but something strikes you. Could you please roll me a perception check with advantage, because you know these books quite well.
Advantage, perception. Oh my god.
Holy shit.
Okay.
Immediately, you recognize that this book has been miscovered.
Ooh.
Someone has taken it out of its cover and put a different book in instead. You suspect that it's Harold. That little shit kid that you were chasing around.
Fucking Harold.
Who's been putting books in the wrong places.
Right. Okay.
I hear Oro mutter fucking Harold under breath and sort of like give like a confused glance.
You realize you take the book out, and you see that the spine of the book has its actual title written on it, and it says it is titled "Forgetting the Unforgettable: Mementomancy Uncovered."
Okay.
It's not the book that you're looking for. It's clearly in the wrong place.
Okay. There's some asshole kids who keep fucking around with the books. I can never catch them. They're so fast and nimble. You'd think I was fast and nimble, but they're much faster and nimbler than I.
Are they like moving them around where they
They've
in the wrong
changed
places?
the fucking cover of this book. Like there's so
I mean,
much.
if someone came into my shell and like moved some stuff around, I'd be in some shit.
Be held to pay. Can't catch
Flex the
them.
gauntlet when I say that.
Oh my god. Oh. Is this book important to me though? Forgetting the unforgettable. I read the like. Is there a blurb on the back of it or something that?
There's not a blurb, but you can kind of leaf through some of the pages, and it seems to be some kind of at length essay about some particular kind of magic. You're not very familiar with magic, so this kind of stuff is you don't usually look through the books, but these in particular have really not tickled your pickle at all. Lots of kind of sigils drawn. There's a drawing of somebody who has just tons of ravens all around them. This kind of deep and foreboding figure, but apart from that, it doesn't.
Oh, hey Grace. Oh, we
Hi,
did
Grace.
your prompt
Oh,
about
no.
the Twitch streamer prompt. It was very good. Thank you very much for it.
We did use your prompt.
Um,
Monarch of the prompts.
yes, a good title indeed. So, okay. I don't know what to do. Jenny is
You're
overwhelmed
fairly
with
certain.
choice.
You're fairly certain as to where this book belongs,
Okay.
because it's clearly not supposed to be in the forbidden section dedicated to places,
Right.
because it is about magic.
So I need to go to the magic section, which is
On the ground floor.
okay. I could, because this book is in the wrong section. I've got to go to find the right book from downstairs. But
Okay.
I mean, you can do what you want. I need to go do that, and then I'll come back up here.
Do you think the book I'm looking for will be where this book is meant to go?
Well, at this point, I'm questioning every single book in this entire establishment.
Oh, it's one of those days, is it?
One of those days.
One of those days. I mean, I might as well come with you.
Okay.
I'd just be stood here looking suspicious, and that's the last thing I want to be doing. Being completely honest.
Okay, sure. I'll be like, I'll take you on a little tour of the place.
Yeah. Do you want to? I'm going to ask you to push the trolley. Not to help. I just really want to push the little cart.
Okay. You push the car.
Thank you.
Like when you're at the grocery store with your mom or something, like, can I push the cart?
All right.
I like to think that it's an Oreo-sized cart as well. Hunched over.
That's what I want. I want to see some fan art of that. I want to see Oro size, a cart that's the size of Oro, and then a huge haiku pushing on a tiny little cart.
Could
with the
you-
perspectives?
I don't know how retracting into the shell works for a turtle, but could you just like partially retract your legs
Could you
so
make
that you're
yourself
just
shorter?
shorter and push it without having to hunch over?
I'm gonna have to Google a tortoise's anatomy, I think, to answer that question.
It feels the same as like walking on your knees. Very uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Okay.
Right, let's swing back over to Nurali and Randall. Nurali and Randall, you have just come out the other side of Randall's defense talk, basically, where there was a presentation that has essentially said, there's a very good reason for me, Randall, to be pursuing this line of research. It's clear that I've done a lot of work and that there is definitely something going on here. We're not here just to, follow the boring stories. We're also here to uncover, the mysteries.
Mhm.
And all of the panel seemed to really enjoy that perspective, and seemed to think that it was worthy of a standing ovation, which in this case is a simple holding the wrist, standing up, which was everybody there was impressed. We had Master Kulth, we had Nurali, we had Professor Nugget, and I think we also had Letheden Gundo was there as well. I can't remember if we also had Kinvas Palm, but maybe. They all stood up and they all kind of said, Master Kulth said to you, I think you should absolutely continue this line of research, Randall. I think that you've got a good hold of it. And you can absolutely stay here for as long as you need to continue your studies. Forever and ever, if needs be. Forever and ever.
Excellent. I will continue my studies forever and ever.
Fantastic. And Master Kulth kind of he stands, and as he does so, he pushes himself off the table, and Nurali, you notice that he has around his neck a kind of necklace that's just rope, basically just string, that has a key on it, and the key kind of dangles out in front of him. And he's he puts that away and he stands up. Don't mind me. Now back to your duties all. And he steps out of the room and he seems to be having a conversation with Professor Nugget.
Is T usually prone to saying forever and ever? Because it sounded like it's hard for me to know if this version of Nurali would feel like that sounded suspicious, or just like.
Would you like to give me an insight check?
Yeah. Not very good at those, I don't think. Yeah, I really need it. Oh,
Ooh, nice.
There's something pretty uncomfortable about the way this is not the first time today that he said something odd to you. Earlier today, he said, "Do not go to the third floor," like a bunch of times.
yeah.
Mhm.
Like a lot. Like way more than is necessary, considering it didn't come up at all.
And I'm like, I'm your boss, kind of. Like, don't tell
Yeah,
me what
you
to
guys
do.
are peers. You guys are peers because you're
That's
the head
fair,
of the
yeah.
you're the head of the kind of the faith department, as it were,
Mhm.
and his is more kind of organizational
Practical,
and practical stuff. So you're kind of peers, but you're peers. So you can go wherever he can go, as far as you're concerned.
Yeah.
But also, you do have this deep-rooted knowledge in your brain. There is nothing that you know more in your life, history, religious studies, anything in your life that you know more than to not go to the third floor, or as would be appropriate, since we're talking about ground floor, first floor, and second floor, the second floor.
I like it the American way better. That's
Okay, we're gonna
Right.
switch. We're switching to the American way for now.
How many floors are
There
there?
are 3 in total.
Right.
There are
The
3
top
floors in
floor.
total. The top,
The top
floor,
floor.
There.
bottom
Oh, that'd
floor,
be
middle
good.
floor. Yeah, that would be much better. I'd love to tell you that my brain will remember to use that, but I really can't promise it to you.
Okay. I think I'll just kind of like watch for just like a moment or two, like that conversation that Master Coulson and Professor Nugget are having, before going over to Randall to congratulate him on a good job.
I totally phased out. I'm so sorry.
Just
Absolutely nothing to do with you. My brain was just like boop doop boop. Playing D&D
Not doing
today.
anything important now.
Surely I don't need to be listening to anything.
I'm so sorry. I
no,
promise you it wasn't on you.
No, I do that all the time. It's like the moment in the movie where you see something weird and then they like look at that person's face and they're just watching the person for
Sure.
a moment.
Mhm.
I do that for a second with like Master Coul's talking to Professor Nugget as like there's something up here.
Yeah.
And then I'll kind of like move over to go congratulate Randall afterwards.
Thank you for reiterating that. I apologize for zoning out.
Yeah, that's fine. It's totally fine.
So you approach Randall. Randall, how are you feeling right now?
Pretty relieved, like felt like I slightly dodged a bullet, and glad that people believed the Randall.
It seems to be that you've got a lot of the faculty, as it were, is on your side, and they've switched. There's been a change, a palpable change here, because previously it felt a little bit like you were kind of on the verge of being like kicked out or demoted in some way because you kept having nothing to show. But now everyone seems to be on your side, and that's a pretty incredible turnaround.
Pretty relieved,
Yeah. So you've finished your talk, and everyone gives you your standing ovation, and everyone starts chatting to each other and walking away, and you kind of shuffle some of the notes that you have, and you're preparing to leave when High Priestess Nerdy approaches you.
Okay, hi. I seem to go well.
It did. Don't know whether everyone seems to suddenly have a sense of adventure that they think is exciting here, but perhaps you're just very persuasive.
Well, I want to actually find something on this story. Like there's something here. I know there's something here. I just need to keep hold of it.
I think you're right about that. Did you think, by chance, it was odd the way that Master Coul said forever and ever? Does he usually say that to you?
That's something that I don't know.
Would you like to do a history or insight check?
I think into insight, like thinking about was that
Sure.
like weird.
He's a weird old dude. You've never read like you of all the people in the monastery, you feel like you got a bit more of a connection with Master Kulf, but that's never really translated into you knowing him. It's just you feel like he knows you. Do you know what I mean? It feels like a very
Right.
one-sided relationship.
Yeah, he's just, that's just Master Kulf. He's just, it's an excellent scholar and teacher, but it's also a bit,
Perhaps I'm just feeling out of sorts today. Kind of like retract that so that I don't cause this student to worry, right?
Sure.
So I think I'll just like chat shit for a few moments, and kind of like, good job, kid.
Sure.
And then I think I'd like to kind of like sweep around the room, talking to the other like professors, everyone who was so taken by this speech, and kind of just like, we don't have to take the time to do it individually necessarily, but she's going to kind of, so what was the part that most captured you? We've been waiting to
Sure.
hear this speech, and we've been kind of worried that he's not been using his time effectively. So what was it that he said that won you over? So I can kind of get an idea of what they're all thinking.
Okay. Could you give me an investigation check then?
Yeah. I would like to use one of my sorcery points to re-roll that.
That seems like a good idea. The consensus just seems to be that it seems like it's really worthwhile pursuing, but also that it's going to take him a really long time to come to any conclusions. So he'll be at it for a long time. He'll be working on it forever.
Yeah.
And that seems like a really positive thing. Really seems like a great thing that he'll be working on it forever.
Do I feel like... Well, okay, that's fine. Because I feel like she asked the question of like, what won you over? And their answer is like, he's going to be here for a long time. And at first she's like, that's not really what I asked, but actually that I think is an answer that would satisfy her, because suddenly everybody seems really keen on keeping this person here who was quote unquote like a problem perhaps forever and ever.
Sure.
It's just, maybe this is why I feel so odd today, is like she's thinking about this. Probably I'm just going to go back to my like little study for a moment and leaf through things and think about whether or not I want to go check out the third floor, just because I feel like today is so weird.
Okay. Could you roll me an intelligence? Just straight intelligence roll.
Yeah. Not very smart.
I'll give you advantage because you're the head priestess in this case.
Okay. Hey.
Okay. So something occurs to you after having sat in on Randall's presentation. Randall, has been made clear to you, is a good student, very thorough when given a piece of literature, to a fault. And unfortunately, that sometimes means that he tunnel visions. At least that's what it appears like to you. I'm not saying that is Randall. I'm not saying, Randall, you tunnel vision things. I'm saying as a supervisor, it appears to you that Randall sometimes tunnel visions. After
I think
listening,
Randall has ADHD. Sorry.
After mulling it over a little bit and thinking about the literature that was presented by Randall, it occurs to you that Randall has spent a lot of time exploring the parts of the library that are dedicated to history and people. You think that perhaps if there is this kind of esoteric, mysterious individual who's cropping up in lots of different literature, but rarely sticking around, that he might also have luck if he spreads out a little bit and tries other areas of literature. You're also aware that currently, as a student, his his remit. Basically, the students are allowed access to a forbidden section at a time. Not all of the sections, one at a time. Randall has access to the forbidden section that is for people and places. Sorry, not people and places, history and people, but none of the others. However, it's in your power to give him access to basically anything on a temporary visa sort of thing.
Fill out this form in triplicate.
Yeah.
So we've got the history and people section. What are the other two sections so I can figure out?
There are a few sections. So on this floor, you have the forbidden section for places, as well as the forbidden section for food and architecture. On the bottom floor, you have the section for history and people, magic and arcana, and geology, which I put in specifically for Adam.
I love that.
Or geology and geography.
Do I think... I feel like... Would architecture cover statues and dedications too?
You think that might fall under people because they would be...
That's fair. Okay.
Relevant to the people.
So magic is probably the one that would seem,
Possibly, yeah.
You know, especially if there's something weird going on with all this information being lost.
Sure.
Okay. All right, I'm going to start the paperwork necessary to switch over his access.
Sure.
And I'll write it up as if it's like in reward for the good work, like switching. Feel like you have exhausted your resources in this section.
Sure.
And you're being switched now.
Okay. All right. Are you gonna talk to Randall about that?
No.
No, you're just gonna start on the paperwork.
I've decided that this is a good thing to do, and then I'm gonna go let him know.
All right. So you think that fully filling in all of this this formage to completion will probably take you all the rest of the day. It's a lot of paperwork.
Yeah, that's fair. They do like paperwork.
Very important.
So do I have people for that? Can I have somebody else fill the forms out?
You can. There are a couple of options. You can either go the official route, which is to go through all of the paperwork, or you can maybe bend the rules a little bit and essentially give them a slip of paper that says this is okay from Neurali. But
okay.
if anyone finds them with that, they'll call you up on it, and it's not good practice.
Oh, yeah, I don't care.
It's like a temporary visa. It's like when you have your provisional license or when you just passed your driving test.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I will do a fancy looking writ of admittance sort of thing. Sign it, do all the stuff, and go back out to find Randall.
Sure. Okay. Well, what will Randall have done?
It's probably just like trying to relax a little bit, but probably also not doing a great job of it.
Where would he have gone to relax, do you think? Back to his den, or would he have gone to one of the more communal areas to get a cup of coffee, or?
Yeah, I think probably one of the like communal areas, or like at least sat out in like the main library somewhere.
So one of your favorite kind of nooks, as it were, is actually on the ground floor where Haiku was previously.
Oh, is that where there's like a fireplace and stuff?
Yes, there are two fires. It's a nice little place. It's not often got too many people in it, but in this particular instance, it's had Haiku there. You kind of poke around and you open up the door and you notice that Haiku's not in at the moment. There are a couple of books that are on the table, but you think you're only going to be there for an hour or so just to decompress. So I'll move this on the map, but it doesn't really matter. Randall is currently chilling in this more central area. Just you've found a beverage. You've had to sit down by the fire. You're kind of decompressing a little bit. And that's the kind of what you've just been doing for the last, let's say it's taken nearly, let's say, an hour, not just to write it up, but write it up to make it look official, but also you had to think of the idea. You milled around,
Pondered
did some
for a bit,
investigation,
and I think I did start filling out the official forms,
Sure.
and then I was like,
nah.
they're just going to be like open, half filled out, like on the
Sure.
first page on the desk, and like have turned. So that's just going to be sitting there.
Okay. Well, in which case, once you fill in you finally fill it in, you have a poke around the library, see if you can find anybody who knows where Randall is, and you bump into Albert Humperdinck at some point, and he says, "Oh, I think I saw him go into his little nook."
That's probably what takes the other half an hour, is trying to get rid of Albert.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like,
right, yeah.
is he in love with Nerly in this version too?
I was about to ask.
Yeah, it's a little bit inappropriate just because of power dynamics, and
I've specifically given him assignments, like extra assignments that about like things like that, like power dynamics and appropriate relationships within a hierarchy of a structure.
yeah,
Like,
which he thinks is leading him on to be like, oh, if only we didn't have this. Oh no, how terrible! If only there wasn't. If only
that
there
is
wasn't a power
exactly what a
tide.
student
Oh,
would do when you,
so bad.
Yeah.
So every time you talk is kind of just egging him on, and you don't even know necessarily. You don't even recognize. He's just the worst. Don't do that, guys. Don't do it. But eventually, you do manage to shrug him off, and you find Randall, kind of chilling with he's chilling with a book that's not academic. What is he doing?
Yeah, I think he's just picked up like some random book.
A comic book.
It's just like, yeah,
Got a Batman.
yeah,
real quick.
something like that. Just like- but he's not really like reading it. He's just like flicking through the pages and then going back, like realizing he hasn't actually been paying attention to the book, and then like rereading the
that,
pages.
yeah. Okay.
I feel like Nerly would definitely, as the like more religious or like spiritual side of things rather than the more like specifically educational dedicated, I think that she would totally see like comic books, brain candy, easy reads as like just as good or important, like
Sure.
because it's like well-rounded knowledge. So
Sure.
she doesn't even think twice to see somebody reading like a comic book or something like that.
All right. Well, you stumble on Randall in his safe space.
Mm-hmm. Is this like there's like a fireplace and there's like chairs on either side kind of thing, right?
Yeah. I've got you're in the middle of the map here.
Okay, perfect. I think I'll go and I'll like sit down on like one of those little like stool looking things or like a chair across or something. I've been thinking. Looks like you're decompressing. That's good. It's important to rest our brain so that we can be ready for the next knowledge we are to receive. I'm changing your forbidden section. You spent a lot of time looking at history and people, and you're finding little bits, but something is escaping you, and you think there's something going on. I think it's time to check out the magic section. And I hand him the piece of paper.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I've read everything I think in the other section, so
Yeah, there's nothing else that has to offer you then.
okay. I mean, is this official?
Just until I get the official paperwork done.
Oh, okay.
I mean, basically, if they find you there, they're just going to come ask me about it, and I'll tell them what to do. So it'll be fine.
I'll tell them where to stuff it.
Thank you.
Everyone seemed so moved anyway. I shouldn't think that anyone would really have a reason to question it.
Okay. Well, I'll get on that tomorrow.
Is
Maybe
Randall
today,
looking for
maybe
it? Is
tomorrow.
Randall like, I want a day off, please.
Whenever you feel ready.
Okay.
Thank you, High Priestess.
Very good. So, what are you guys doing? Like, what is your plan for the rest of today? You can do other stuff if you want to have other interactions and other encounters. That's totally fine. But you're late afternoon now. Time goes by fast in D&D.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll go out. I'll go back and I'll think about continuing to fill in those forms, and I'll probably get another partway through. And then when it's like dinner time and everyone should be like going over to the wherever, like the cafeteria, the dining hall, because I imagine like a place like this would have a structure where everybody would have to show up around the same time and you know, sort of thing. Monastery style. I'm going to creep over and just kind of like, you know, when you stand at like the bottom of the staircase looking up at the third floor kind of thing.
Sure.
Like,
Is today the day?
yeah, exactly.
Sure.
Just gonna go check that out.
All right. Okay. So we'll, in the meantime, go back to Oro and Haiku.
Wait, first. No. Here we go. Here's the
Hey!
Haiku versus Oro.
Oh, it's brilliant.
I love it so
It's like
much.
I help.
This is I help. Yeah.
Oh,
That's so cute.
it's so cute.
Brilliant.
Right. So you guys want to go down to the Forbidden Magic and Arcana section?
Yes.
Is that right? To swap the book?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Well, sure enough, you arrive on the scene, and it's just I'll pop your tokens down here now. It's on the north side of this map up here. Which, for those of you, I don't think you got the map on stream, have you?
I've just done it.
I was going to say it's not that big of a deal. It's just a big library.
Hmm.
So you guys are up here, and Oro steps over the velvet rope into the forbidden section.
Forbidden.
It is forbidden.
And surely enough, you find there's a book that is got a cover that says "Mysteries, Myths, and Esoteria of." It says the opposite of that. It says "Forgetting the Unforgettable, Mementomancy Uncovered."
I open that book and see if it is the book that I'm looking for on the inside.
Yes, surely enough, it is. Yes, surely enough, it
Thank
does
God.
appear to be the text that reads "Mysteries, Myths, and Esoteria of Ancient Cormyr."
Okay. I switched them and put the one that's meant to be there.
Okay.
Wait, which one's the one that's supposed to be there?
The one that's supposed to be there is the one about Mementomancy, because you're in the
Okay.
you're in the magic section.
Right. Okay, I put that one back.
Okay.
Because that one doesn't speak to me at all, right? That one's not like a...
Doesn't speak to you. No.
Okay. I put the other sleeve back on the correct book then.
Sure.
And this isn't meant to be in this section, right?
Correct. That's the book that you're now holding. The Mysteries, Myths, and Esoteria of Ancient Cormyr is supposed to be in the section on the upper floor.
Oh.
The second floor, the middle floor. You're currently on the bottom floor.
Yeah.
That's where you originally found Haiku, but currently you're in a different place.
Okay. All right, Haiku. I'm gonna quickly read this book.
Is it the right one?
Well, yes, it seems to be in the correct one now. Yeah.
Ah, cool. Do you want me to put any of these books away?
Have you found where they're supposed to go? Have you...
I mean, I'll have a look. I will not put them in the wrong place.
I was
guaranteed.
gonna
Look,
say
look how organised it is. Yeah, that's the show.
you can just have a look around here, though. You still need to look out for me. So, you see it around here.
yes.
Yeah, but feel free to help me out if you want. Okay,
So you're gonna read the book.
Yeah.
You're gonna read the book, okay? So this goes into quite a lot of depth into individual stories about Cormier and some of the myths and legends that are about this giant country that are specific to it. It's Haiku's belief that Cormier is where they want to be exploring and looking for this particular artifact that they're looking for, but they've got very little info really to follow, and Haiku's family kind of just set out on all the different areas of the globe and started looking to see if they could find something. And it's very difficult for you to determine if any of this content is relevant. None of it's speaking to you. None of it feels important. But there is as you're leafing through the pages, you can just see that in the bottom corners there appear to be different like animals, like little silhouettes that are done as part of just like the decorative aesthetic of the book. It's quite illustrative, and one of them does have a turtle shell on it, and that kind of, I mean, this could be, this might be something. It's definitely the book, but for you, doesn't read much.
Okay. Haiku, come back over here. This section of the book has the little turtles in the corner. You see that?
Oh, it's like me when I was little.
But have a
I was
look.
still bigger than you.
Truly incredible. Have a look. See if anything speaks to you in this bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna have a read of the turtle section.
Sure. So you the section that has this little turtle in the corner doesn't really kind of speaks to you too much about the first couple of pages, but as you go on, you start reading about this one particular tale, this myth of something called the questing beast, and it resonates with you on a level that you've never felt more understood. And that is very relieving for you, but at the same time raises a lot of questions. The questing beast in this context is a creature of myth whose one singular purpose is to be hunted, but it has never successfully been hunted. It's never been found. As you read it, it is described to you as a kind of Sisyphean feat.
What?
Sisyphus.
Sisyphus.
Oh, the guy pushing the
Yeah,
rock
boulder
up the
thing.
hill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
And basically, it's described. It's described as a beast who, once if you were to hunt it, and if you were to kill it, the kind of the myth is very vague. The author isn't very clear about this, and you kind of read it and you wish the wording was a bit more precise. But it's described as essentially, if you were to kill it, you would have the means to acquire any object that you desire.
This is the book. This is everything.
Oh, sick.
I can't. Can I take these pages?
As you start to you gently tug on the pages as if to not to actually pull, but as into like, could I? Is this? Could I do this? You notice that the next page actually seems to have an opening in it. You turn it over, and there is a like as if someone has kind of carved out a section of the book and taken out pages, and in it is a key.
I was expecting like a bottle of whiskey or something.
That's what I would put in the hollow.
Typical Bible booze.
Bible booze, yes.
I'm gonna. Arrow, is there usually like items hidden in the books? Like not just paper or pages, but.
I mean, I don't really read, so honestly, all of these books could be filled with stuff in, and I have no idea.
Oh.
I mean,
Well,
it's not supposed to be, though.
There's a key where the words should be, like an actual key, like a key.
Yes, I know what a key is.
There's a key in the book.
You look at the empty. Well, you look at the book that Haiku is pointing towards, and you don't see a key at all.
Oh, what? You see?
Can I take it out and physically?
Yeah, to you, it's completely tangible. You are holding a key.
There's a key right there. There.
Do I not see the
Or
key?
you can now see the key.
Oh, I see it now. I didn't. There was no key in the book for me. Wait, put it back in. Put it back in the book. Put it back in the book. Let me see if I can see it now.
Put it back in the book and sort of like hold it open.
Just looks like a book. There's no key in there.
It's gone now.
So what if I put my hand in the keyhole and grab it?
To you, it just looks like Haiku has their hand against the page, like lining words or whatever.
Yeah, it just looks like your hands up against the book.
Pull it out.
Oh,
And now you've got a key.
you're a magician.
This is how the rest of the episode goes.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's maybe wrap this up because I don't want to describe this many more times. There's only so many times I can describe you pulling a book.
What if I
key out
put
of
it
a book.
back in upside down? What if I just tip it out? What if I put the key in the floor and put the book over the key?
Stop it! Stop it! I think you were meant to find that book. I think you were the only one. I think that's your. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm quite biased in this situation, but I need this book. It's this book. I thought I'd be able to just hit the pages, but if you can hide the key in the book, I need the full thing.
How? So people can take books out of the library. Can they take?
No.
Okay. So every day. So at the end of every day, is every book accounted for in the library? Okay.
Yeah. But also, there are people who like stay in the library.
Right.
Like this isn't like a library that you have in your local town. You just pop in for the day, get a book, and then you can access it whenever.
Right.
This is less a library, more a repository and archive. Where you go here. If you want to access the stuff, you stay here and you access it. You don't get to take it away with you.
Right. Okay.
A reliquary. Sorry, just kidding. Go ahead.
You can have that book for now, but we need to maybe disguise it in some way. Does every book have a sleeve on?
Not every book.
Do I have any other books in my cart with a sleeve on?
Roll me an investigation check.
Investigation. 13.
That's so funny that you know Lemons. Hi, Lemons.
Yeah.
Yeah, hi, Lemon.
How do y'all know Lemons?
I think Lemons came in on one of Jenny's Breath of the Wild streams a while back,
Yeah,
right? I think
yeah.
it was
I think like 2 weeks ago.
on a
week ago or
raid.
something.
Was it a raid?
I can't
It might
remember.
have been a
now.
raid.
I'm not sure.
And also knows what's their name? Social media something.
Do they
Social
know
media makes
social?
me feel old.
Yeah, that's the other character. That's the other character. Person. That's a person.
Well, isn't everyone characters in our own story?
Yeah.
Wow.
Character. Can't believe it's a character. I'm just in the D&D mindset. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Oh, you know social from a different circle? Oh my god, weird.
Yeah, I-
A different social circle.
I randomly met Lemons because of a completely different D&D
Oh my
Oh, really?
god.
thing. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Crazy.
Wow.
It's a small
It's a small world.
Lemons have their fingers in a lot of pies.
A lot of lemon pies.
Well, lemon.
Okay, so you want to try and with a 13, you find one that's got a different cover. that you could, a sleeve that you could think you could fit in it.
Okay.
It doesn't match perfectly, but it's enough that you could, without anybody poking around, they would notice.
What if someone's skilled in the art of crafting? Surely they would be able to.
You could figure something out, but it would involve mechanically deforming the cover in a way that would make a librarian very upset.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Yeah, even I'm not that.
I don't know, you monster. Where does it stop if you're willing to tear pages out of a book?
There's a difference between tearing a couple of pages and ruining a lovely leather-bound cover.
Everyone has their limits, I suppose.
I mean, I have a lot of shit. I could hide that on my shelf and no one would know it was there.
Probably. I mean, you'd have advantage on a stealth check if that's what you wanted to do. But also, you can't really say nobody would know it was there as if it was true facts, because this is D&D where you need to roll dice.
Yeah. I mean, Oro would know it was there. I can trust Oro at this point. We've gone through a lot already.
Yeah.
We met a group of books, and well, we're at a different group of books.
How times have changed. Crazy.
Share the journey.
The books you found along the way.
Oh, quite. As for gifting us up to lemons. Thank you. I appreciate it.
At this point, it might be a good time to have a little bio break.
Yes, I was going to suggest that too.
Because I'm bursting.
Ben? Jesus. Bursting with creative juices.
It won't stop flowing now.
My brain. Why? I'm going to go now.
Okay, so if you guys are not familiar with our D&D streams, we literally do our business and we come right back. So don't expect us to be gone for too long. We'll just be back here chatting whenever we're ready. And you get to see a little penis that Jenny doodled on my whiteboard many years ago.
Many moons ago
Wonderful.
now. Yep, we're back, everyone. Go stretch, do your business, get a drink, whatever. Where's my mute button? There it is.
I'm going full rich widow with my rich widow robe, but I'm doing it Southern style with a mason jar full of wine with ice in it. That's where I'm at in life right now. It's a big mason jar too. Y'all want to see the really pretty dice I bought? Very, very irresponsible purchase. Do not be like I am. But they're so pretty. Focus camera. They're hand painted because I'm ridiculous. Now, isn't that amazing? That's just too much. Too good. I couldn't not do it.
Hello.
Thank you, Lemons. Welcome back. They do fit. Yeah, aren't they good, Grace? Oh my god. I also got another set. So that one, I forget the name of that set. I'm showing everyone the stupidly pretty dice I got.
Oh.
Here, I'll show you too. They're in this little, it just fits too well and they get kind of stuck in there. I'll have to come up with an alternative storage solution.
They're gorgeous.
Yeah.
This is like black and gold with. I mean, I want to say they're lotuses, but they're probably not.
I don't know what flowers they are. They do kind of look like lotuses.
Or an orchid, something like that. Oh, nice. I like them.
Real pretty. And then handmade Disney parade confetti. Oh my god. No, you didn't. Send me a picture. And then the other set. I've been looking at this set for like a year. It's called Victorian Tea Room. It's got rose petals and gold leaf and baby's breath in it. And it's just like subtly robin's egg blue. And the camera doesn't do these justice because of the inclusions. But
Is it glass, that one?
No, this one's just a really nice sharp edge acrylic.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, glass would be not the best material to roll, make dice out of.
You know what? The D4 is probably a better one to show.
Hello there.
Just so pretty.
Did I show you guys my my duck dice?
Duck dice?
No, please do show them to
They're
me.
so cute. Oh, now I have to talk. No. Oh, damn it. I mean, okay, 1 second.
1 second.
Oh my god, yes, turtle dice.
I've still yet to own any D&D dice.
I got some, but they're boring and I don't use them very often. I say they're boring. They're not that boring. But they're not like super pretty.
I didn't see the dice bag waifu.
It's hard to show, but there's a little pink duck.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah.
Just put your hand behind it so the camera focuses on it.
I can see it behind the two.
There it is. Yeah, I can see it.
As it's from my friend that I have a nickname for her, and I call her Ducky.
Oh, that's so cute.
Oh, yes.
Cute little duck.
It's very cute. Sorry, I interrupted. I just realized I hadn't shown people these yet, and I've had them since like Christmas. It's Christmas.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
Oh, they look cute. The little quacky
This
boys.
Christmas, I got you some dice.
Oh, okay. So Jenny and I had a chat, and we've realized that I fudged something up a little bit, and that was that Oro wanted to look at the book that she already had in her possession, not the one that Haiku wanted to look at in the forbidden section to begin with. So I got confused along the way, which has confused Jenny. I don't know if anyone else was equally confused, but
I'm sure not.
it makes sense that she was confused because what she thought was happening was not what was happening. And that is my fault because I did not understand that that's what was meant to happen. But it doesn't matter. All is fine. You still have that book?
Yeah.
For the one that is titled, I've got it down here somewhere, a memoir by Hilda the Mystic called Are You Okay, Little One?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
Okay, right, we're back in business. We're here. We're good.
Oh, yeah.
So where do we leave off? You guys have Haiku wants the book. Haiku's going to stealth the book onto the backpack.
Not a backpack. It's
All right. Okay.
physically
Okay.
my body.
Listen, there's a lot of words that I have to say. Okay. Sometimes I muddle them up. I've got ADHD. Give me a break. I'm calling you a backpack from now on.
No. That is not becoming a thing.
Okay. Next dice that you roll is guaranteed to fail if you don't let me call it a backpack. No, sorry. Go ahead. What is it you want to do? You want to stealth and try and hide it amongst the masses of items upon your shell?
Yes, this is what I
Okay.
would like to do.
Please roll stealth then.
Oh, I actually have to roll stealth.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You can't just say that it's hidden.
Oh.
No, I should assess it.
You can just say it's hidden. It just won't be very well hidden.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay, 12. All right. I'll remember that number. 12.
So we've switched the sleeves of this book, correct?
Yes.
Okay, just confirming. All right.
So it's got the proper title. But the sleeve is irrelevant because, as you know...
No. We've switched it to a different sleeve that I was carrying with me to disguise
you're right.
it.
Yep.
There's too many books.
A lot of books today. Why did I
Okay.
design this? What have I done to myself?
That's okay.
I just assumed this was happening because this wild, wacky, like sloth demon world that we're in, where it's giving us a sense of reality and draining our life force away or something like that.
Yep, this is happening to my brain.
I don't know that that's happening. I'm getting very much sloth demon dragon age vibes, where you walk in and then you fall asleep and then it just eats away at your life essence while it gives you a dream of something you would love to have, so that you're complacent and not wanting to escape. I'm like, that sounds like the life though. Like that.
Yeah, dude, kill me.
How long does the perfect fantasy go? Can I just
right?
Wait, is this
a
not
lifetime?
real?
That seems fine to me.
What'd you say, Jack?
Okay.
Is this not real? Have I not actually found what I'm looking for? I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
So
Still haven't found what I'm looking
you've
for.
hidden it. You've hidden the cover.
Yeah.
So what I'll do to account for that is allow Haiku a advantage stealth roll. So you can roll one more time.
Wait, you said telling me 12 wasn't enough?
I'm saying you're welcome to roll again if you'd like. Okay. All right. Because as you know, as I've described previously, the way that books are earmarked for being in forbidden sections is actually the silken, like, interwoven bookmark, not the
Is it purple?
covers. Yes.
Silken sad and certain rustling of each purple bookmark thrilled them.
Oh, I like references that I don't get.
It's the Raven, but books instead of curtains. Sorry,
Okay.
go ahead.
As you are leaving this area, you see there are a couple of other tomes that you eyeing up as you're leaving. Not like I've pre-written a bunch of them and I want to read them out.
No, not at all.
You've got so this is, I don't know why I decided to read these ones out. These are boring. Because you're in the forbidden section for magic and arcana. So one of them just is titled Turbulence in Time. One of them is titled Necromancy and Dragonkind. And another one is Living Without Life, a Lich's Romance.
Wow.
Lich's
quite nice.
romance.
So you are leaving this area?
Haiku, do you want to come to the other forbidden section with me for this other book that I need to return? And you can still read that book and just...
Yeah, that would make me look less suspicious, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I quite like hanging around with you. You seem chill.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
All right. So sure enough, you make your way to the forbidden section of History and People, which is where the final tome that you have in your cart needs to go. It is the one that is titled "Are You Okay, Little One?" A memoir by Hilda the Mystic.
Mm-hmm.
So you cross the silken kind of rope into the forbidden section. You find, sure enough, where it needs to go.
Well, before I go up there, I want to sneakily read it. I want to have a
Little peek.
little peek.
Little
Peeky
peek.
peek.
So what catches your attention is that there is a foreword at the front that is just written by the author. And it says, it's very bizarre, it's very oddly written for a book. It seems kind of directed, doesn't seem like a nice general, like, I wrote this book to talk about how I felt in the blah, 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 blah. It says, sweet thing, my card said I should commune with you, but this feels distant, like you're not at home anymore. Wherever you are, I hope that you are tearing shit up. That is my daughter. I tried the cards, I tried the knuckles of the dragon, and I even tried those lousy tea leaves, but I couldn't understand what's going on with you right now. It's like when you were a teenager. All I could glean is the image of a locked door, and that maybe it's in your best interests to find it? Why can I hear scribbling, like a quill on parchment? Someone writing a book? I'll try my best to help you find your keys, but please be safe, my dear. The rest of the book is just a biography of this kind of incredible magician called Hilda. It describes a raunchy youth in a circus and a coup during which she took over its operations from a tyrannical upstart named Tasha's Kiss when she found her meddling in demonic summoning. From then on, it describes how she became a beloved matron of the circus, developed her arts of divination, and fell in love with an elven mage with a penchant for gambling. On one fateful eve, she lost her lover, but discovered the truest love of her life, her adopted daughter, Oro.
Wait a second. Okay, hold on. I'm getting confused on alternate states of reality. I know my name's Oro.
Yep.
Do I know who my parents are, mom is, etc.?
You have a vague recollection of having parents.
Do I remember I was in the circus?
Yes.
Okay.
The fact that this outright says Oro at the end
Yeah.
is you can't ignore that.
Haiku.
Yeah.
I think this book is specifically here for me as well.
Oh, why? How so?
Read this bit at the front. Read this bit at the front.
Okay. Does it say Aurora for me too?
So that isn't the part with the Oro isn't the foreword. The foreword is everything from "Sweet thing, my card said I should commune with you" to "Be safe, my dear." That was all the foreword. That is there. You can read it. It reads exactly the way that you would expect it to read. The rest of the book is also the same. It's just a book. It's a biography of someone called Hilda. And sure enough, you can see the name Oro is in there.
Okay.
But it talks about a locked door. You got a key.
I have got a suspicious key.
But what was on about the scratchy book writing sounds?
What?
It said that it was something that she saw about scratchy book writing sounds as well.
Scratchy book writing sounds.
I mean, maybe. You
Go
go.
on.
No, you.
No, you. No, you.
No.
No, you. No, you.
I got some food delivered, so I'm gonna go.
Okay.
Really quick. I'll be right back.
Yeah.
This might go on for a while. I mean, you know, this library better than I am, but surely people are always writing stuff. I mean, they're not students here.
I mean, yeah, it's just.
Harold.
Oh no. Oh, no. I mean, maybe. Okay, maybe we'll just look out for that. But
Were you in the circus too? It mentioned the circus.
wait, did I remember that I was in the circus?
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm forgetting as soon as I'm asking.
That's okay. That's okay.
Yeah, I was in the circus.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, weird I ended up here.
I am pretty cool.
I am pretty cool.
Does that help you get to like the top shelf? I mean,
Yeah.
Not wanting to take the piss out, but you are quite small.
Yeah, I am quite small.
I'm
yeah.
sorry, I complained to you when you said that about myself.
Yeah, you did. That's okay though. Yeah, it's fine. My
That's-
feelings aren't hurt. It's okay.
Sorry.
Doesn't
I
sound
could make you
okay.
some extendo shoes.
Oh, yeah,
They're like
stilts.
stilts, except they're changeable height.
Oh, yeah, I use some of them in the circus sometimes. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, maybe I'll put that on the list of stuff to make.
All right, sweet.
It's quite a long list.
Oh yeah, I imagine. I feel like the first thing on our list should be figure out what the fuck's happening here.
Yes. Yes, definitely.
As always.
Number one, figure out what the fuck happening. Squinting.
So you think this is the key, and we need to go find where it belongs?
I mean, it makes sense, right?
It does make sense.
Yeah.
But where?
How many locked doors do I know of in here?
You are fairly certain that the third floor has locked doors. Sorry, the upper floor. The upper floor. The top floor. The top floor has locked doors.
I think it's in the top floor.
Well,
You
no,
also
I'm currently harboring a
absolutely know
stolen
that you're
book.
not allowed to go there.
Yeah, even I know. I was specifically told when I got here, go in the forbidden section. You don't go on the top floor.
Yeah.
I don't know if that applies to staff as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, does it? That's weird.
Suspicious, no? A whole floor?
I'd hand your resume and leave.
I want to walk over to the stairs where I assume Nerly was also looking up at the third floor, wasn't she, or something like that? She was.
If you get up to the top floor, or towards the top floor, to the stairs that go up to the top floor, then you do, sure enough, bump into Nerly.
Oh, hello.
Do you want me to accompany you?
Oh.
You can for a little bit. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah.
What you doing?
Pondering the teachings of Agma.
Right.
Right on, right on.
Oh, yeah.
Do you ever wonder why we can't go up to the third floor?
So this is the thought I had, but fuzzy brain day, right? Shouldn't I know what's on the third floor? If
You'd
like
think.
you'd think, right? And Master Colt seems to know, and we're like
Yep.
peers, but kind of like in charge-ish,
Yep.
right?
Yeah. You'd really think you'd know, right?
Really think that I would know.
Crazy.
What was the question that we're actually asked? You ever wonder what's up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I do find my mind drawn to that subject of late.
Same. Feels weird today. Maybe it's the moon or something.
Maybe. It has been an odd day.
I assume Oro knows Nerly decently well, not like super well, but like enough is in like a.
You've bumped into each other a couple times today, and when you bumped into each other, you were friendly and you tried your best to be helpful. You've got a bit of a rapport, but you haven't been pally before today.
Okay. So I'm just gonna show Haiku around a little bit more. We seem to have been long lost travelers together at some point, so just trying to figure something out.
Can you give me a perception check, please, Nerly?
Yes. I am proficient in this. Oh, okay. I actually rolled well enough that I didn't have to specify that probably, but I am proficient in this.
You notice that Haiku has a forbidden section book tucked on their shell.
Rip.
What do you mean long lost adventure? What was it you said? Long lost friends, travelers?
Let's show, and we show each other the tattoos. I want to just be like, oh, I didn't.
I show it in a way to try and hide the book, even though.
But we don't remember who each other are, but we have this exact same tattoo, which is weird, right?
Literally the same. It's spot on.
Especially since it's not like a butterfly or something.
Right, that's what I
It's
said.
special that you would get for
Yeah,
a discount on a day or something.
exactly.
like it's just a thing.
I really hope this comes up and Randall says the same thing. That would be so
That's canon now. In this world, there's like an outbreak of on sale butterflies.
Everyone has one.
Yeah.
Well, it's really funny that y'all
Margaret's
said that.
come round. Margaret's come round with her trolley to all these different places, and she just has that on a super decent.
It's
cheap
like, so I don't
price.
know if y'all do this, but tattoo parlors will do this here where you can get like, you pick off one single like page or whatever for Friday the 13th, and it's like super cheap. Sometimes it's like $25, $50, but it's because you're getting some small like standard design that they can do easily and quickly.
Yeah.
And so people will frequently go in and get like friend tattoos on like Friday the 13th, and we'll pick out some super cheap, and it's like a butterfly, a flower, a moon with stars around it,
Sure,
something
yeah.
really like, yeah. So do I recognize? Maybe not. Do I recognize the tattoo when they show it to me?
You have a matching tattoo.
Mm-hmm. So I think like she had started to raise her hand as if she was going to just like reach over and like pluck the book off of Haiku's shell. And as she does that and they show her, there's like a pause. Well, now that is odd. And I'll like, these are her robes. Pull back my sleeve, and I have the same one.
What the fuck? Wait, does yours do something?
I don't know. I mean, like, I know what it does.
So
but if
I'll
I were...
pause it for a second. Your character will know what your tattoo does.
Okay.
Before we continue, I'd
Mhm.
like to go over to Randall and just give Randall a chance to be in the room. Is there any excuse that Randall might have to be up on the staircase on the
The toilets are up
middle
there.
floor?
Wait, what's nearby that staircase? Where is the staircase?
Oh, let's have a look. See. Oh,
Where's the
it
magic
is.
section?
Yeah.
So the magic section is on the bottom floor,
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
and
that's
it's
not
the
very good.
section. It's the section that Haiku and Oro were just in.
So maybe you saw us and were like, oh, what are they doing?
Maybe you saw me steal it and followed.
The
Maybe.
staircase.
Oh, I like the idea that Randall has found a book with the wrong cover somewhere else, and he's like, I'm gonna have to go tell Aura about this.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
like-
Okay. All right.
like-
Perfect. Okay. So in that case, we are all now on the middle floor in the center. Okay. So here I'm directing you on the map so you can see what these staircases look like, right? So there is this kind of these closed doors that lead to a pillar through the center and two spiral staircases around the center of this room. And we've got, I like to imagine that Nurli is on the opposite side of this pillar from, or has come in, or who was originally stood on the opposite side of that pillar as Oro and Haiku have kind of opened the door on the other side and poked their heads in like, oh, hey.
Mhm.
In. And Randall has come around on the south side of it. So this whole section, this whole part of the library is dedicated to religion. So religions of the world. The inner section that you can see, like that you're currently in, and on the ground, on the floor just below it, is all dedicated to Ogma. So it's entirely possible that one of the little kids, with being a little shit, switched a cover around whilst you were just trying to find something. You tell me, I think we've discussed this briefly before, but I don't want to tell you your character. Is Randall's faith important to him? Is Ogma something that someone that Randall spends a lot of time thinking about, or is it kind of just a passing sort of, it was in the monastery?
Yeah, I think it's a bit more that. It's not really like, don't tell the high priestess though.
Yeah. That was my understanding of your character, but I didn't want to tell you that and
Yeah.
be wrong. So you don't spend a huge amount of time in this area, but enough to like get your passing credits kind of deal. Like you read what you have to read to get the bare minimum. But you do still have some respect for the text just because it's text. So you notice it's in the wrong place and you go to put it back and you see, sure enough, there are these guys stood around. And you see that High Priestess Neroli is currently bearing her arm and she's got your tattoo.
Why do you have my tattoo?
I'm sorry, what?
I have that tattoo.
What?
I've had it for ages. Why did you copy me?
Randall's just offended, deeply offended.
You know what's funny too is normally like I would feel like the person who is the religious leader would be older, right? But Randall's like 50 now.
Yeah.
And Nerly's like 19 or 20 or something. Well, I don't. Where did you get yours?
Do I know when I got it or where I got it?
That is a good question. Roll a history check.
Imagine we've all got it as like tramp stamps. What does it
Where would
mean?
that even go
Bands
on me?
both buttocks.
Somebody just comes upstairs and we're all like bent over showing everyone our.
Oh, this is why you don't go to the third floor. Or top floor, whatever floor it is.
So you, as we know, got this because you are an adventurer. And you met your adventuring party and you guys have an unbreakable bond. But this version of Randall hasn't become an adventurer yet. So you tell me. You can tell me precisely how you got this tattoo or whether or not you remember it.
I think maybe as like a hazing thing or like entry into the monastery. It ends
Sure,
up,
okay.
like, going out and
Okay.
The
So what I want
monks.
to underline, because you rolled high, is that the you getting that roll means that you should recognize that it ties you to a group that you feel,
Right. It's like the
trust
people
for.
Yeah.
The
people I
So
started
if that-
in the monastery with the one.
Yeah, if that's the people in the monastery, that's okay with me, as long as you get that underlying concept of trust.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
So that's what the guys that you started getting hazed by at the beginning.
Yeah, well, it's like the group of monks, like we, the group of us, we all joined at the same time, and
Yeah. Do you have a name?
The
Is it the
monkeys.
completionists because
The
you like to read?
Cheeky monkeys. Done. And that's why it's on my butt.
Is that what it is? Where is it? Where is your tattoo?
I don't remember. I think it's just on my arm.
Okay.
But I genuinely, I don't remember if I ever picked a place. or
That's
not.
fine. I mean, if you can't remember, then now is your opportunity to make it law. Make it canon.
Oh, I feel like I did pick a place.
Yeah, I can't remember where I picked mine either.
Back to the VODs.
Is mine like? Is that,
Well,
it might be on my
use-
shoulder.
Use your opportunity to put this in your Roll20 character sheets.
Exactly where the tattoo is. I'm gonna say
Which
mine's on
section
the
would
inner
this
of my
go
arm.
in?
Bio.
Oh, that was a bios.
Character appearance. There you go. Well, I have it written in my backstory, but not description of where it is. Tattoo inner left arm. What else would I call that bit of my arm? Just the inner bit of my arm, below elbow.
Crook of your arm.
Your distal
This
forearm.
bit.
No, distal inner arm.
Oh, I'm not gonna remember what that means. I'll just call it the inner below elbow. That's fine.
Oh my god, I've been muted that whole time. Forearm. Your forearm.
Forearm, that'll do.
I was like, why are you still asking what it's called? I said forearm. I moved my mic and accidentally touched the mute button.
Oh my god. So, You're all stood there, exchanging weird looks with Randall, who seems very offended that you've copied his tattoo.
Wait, you all copied me?
Randall, I think me and Haiku know that we were probably in an adventuring party together. I got this tattoo because of an adventuring party I was in. And I've only been in one adventuring party.
I've not been in an adventuring party.
I've been in a few. Who's this guy, by the way? Oh.
This is Randall.
Randall.
Hello.
Nerly, have you been in an adventuring party?
You know, I don't think so, but everything has felt odd today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember the religious texts.
Oh. Yeah, it's
kind of my job.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why that's happening.
Hmm.
Something is afoot. I'm going up to the 3rd floor.
Oh,
But we're not allowed on the 3rd floor.
Randall, we're going to the 3rd floor. Chirag, Randall.
Do you know why I'm going to the 3rd floor?
Mm.
Because I know we're not allowed, but I don't know why.
Well, okay, I'm going to tell you something right now because I feel like we're all having a moment of trust right now. And the reason why I want to go up to the 3rd floor is because a book I was putting into the library today called out to me, and it was from the forbidden section, and it seems to be a book that was written from my, like, mom or something, because it's got, like, my name in the book, and the foreword of the book, well, the, like, start of the book, I don't know, forward, it has, like, I'm trying to communicate with you, there's a locked door, there's, like, writing, the sounds of writing and stuff, that's what you need to do.
You read a book?
I was about to say you should
That's
immediately
Nerly's just been
think,
like
"What?"
dumbfounded, and she's like letting Oro like explain all this to her, and she's like absorbing it, but she's like, "You read a book?"
Yeah, I can read, but I had no books had been interesting until this book. This book had called out to me, and I was like, well, it feels like the day I should probably read a book. This book. And it had my name in it.
I can confirm Aura can read, and it did have a name.
See?
All right, let's go. She just starts walking up the stairs.
All right.
Come on.
Come, Randall.
I feel
Well,
I don't want to pressure this Randall fella because I have only just met them, and packed in for nearly. But I mean, if Aura wants to go up,
we've
I'm
all
all
got
in.
the same tattoos. Come on. It's been a weird fucking day. We're gonna... Whilst we're like walking up the stairs and I'm like dragging Randall along. Haiku is here to
Randall's
find...
still trying to hand you the book.
I'll take... Okay.
He's in the wrong place.
Haiku is here looking for a book, and I think we found it because in that fucking book that had fucking turtles on the side, Oro's now swearing inexplicably in like trying to get her point across. In the book there was like ripped pages out, and inside was a key. See? It was a key that I can't see if it's in the book, but if it's out the book I can see that it's a key. Do you see that?
Can I see it go in and out of the book, or does it look like he's doing the same thing?
it looks like when the key is in the book, they look like they just have their hand pressed against it as if they were reading from the book, and then if they pull the key out, they're holding the book. They're holding the key.
Yep, let's keep going.
What if
She
I
just,
put the
like-
key on the floor?
all right.
What about if I hold the key?
No.
Nearly holds the book.
Right, so you're all storming up this staircase?
Wait. We have our abilities, right?
Correct.
I'm gonna cast Pass Without Trace.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
I don't think I could storm up a staircase like this.
You don't have to take the cart with you.
Oh, go on the shell. It's fine.
That's funny. All right. Well, you don't stomp then. You, I mean, as hard as you might try to stomp, it doesn't really come out as stomping.
Yeah.
You get to the top of the staircase and you see one door, a huge door that is made of gold, or rather, it's made of brass but with like gold inlay. But there is a figure on the front of a giant tree. And it says in some kind of like dogmatic religious scripture, it is referred to as the Tree of Knowledge. And it is a giant door, and I'm talking like all the way to the ceiling and beyond. This is about 10-foot door. And it has 4 keyholes.
Shit.
How many keys did you find?
1 key.
Just the one hidden in a. Have you checked your entire book, Ara? Like, if you checked it all?
I
Is there
mean,
maybe
I flicked through it, right? I flicked through all of the pages. I didn't see anything. Maybe only you can see the keys.
Okay, I'm gonna have a flick through Ara's book. Do I see a key slot?
No.
Oh yeah.
It suddenly occurs to me as I think of Master Cool to kind of like pat myself down and check pockets. Do I have a key?
No.
Okay.
Wait, do I not have a lot of keys? Don't I have a... Or is that just a memory that I have from something else?
I don't think you have a lot of keys. There aren't many locked things.
Okay. Where do I have that memory from? Okay.
Wait, can we first try the key I found in each of the 4 locks, one after the other, just
There
in
we go.
case?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Sure.
It might open them all.
Just some trial and error.
Make sure it's actually locked first before we try and unlock it. And it's not
Classic. You've locked it. After some trial and error, you do find a lock that the key fits, and you hear a clunk noise as it seems to unlock something. As you do so, you hear, as you start to feel tired, a kind of a bong, bong, bong that's chiming that it is midnight.
Where did that happen?
And you all collapse.
Shit. Okay.
You wake up the next day. Can each of you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh my gosh.
No.
Titties.
No.
Wisdom saving throw. Wisdom saving throw.
Specifically a saving throw.
Wisdom saving throw.
Yeah. Do I have my luck points back because it's a new day?
No.
Do we
I
have
would like-
anything back from a new day?
Nope.
One moment.
Oh,
Am I allowed to use my flashes of inspiration because it's a saving throw?
Yes. But you will not get them back.
That's fine. I've got 3 at the moment.
Can I give my d6?
Oh no.
oh. Snake.
Oh.
Wait, snake eyes. Yeah, that's snake eyes.
I can two flashes of inspiration.
Okay.
That's
Can
fine.
I?
I'm gonna give it.
I want to give my d6. Sorry, Jack.
I'll give it to Neurali and Randall.
Okay.
Wizards, that's a +4 onto.
Oh hell yeah.
A
Holy
+4 or 1d4?
No, +4. It's plus my
Oh,
intelligence.
just a straight 4.
Straight
Oh,
int
what a
modifier.
whopping mod roll. Yeah.
So that puts me at 16.
Okay.
17.
And it gets what? Randall to 17.
17, yeah.
Ooh, okay. All right. I was not expecting you all to roll that high. Okay. So you each rub your eyes. Oh, what was I doing? And sure enough, nearly, you are sat at your desk. You've got a fairly packed day in front of you. You've got to give a talk to some newcomers. And you need to chat with Randall and chase Randall up because Randall's one of your students. Has a presentation later for the kind of academic board, and they've kind of been slacking a little bit recently. You kind of maybe need to give them a bit of a pep talk before it. Oro, you've got
Randhog Day
on
really
to-
got me.
Randog Day. Oh my god, I love it.
That's so good. That's so good.
Got a vendetta.
Oro, you have a vendetta today.
Mm-hmm.
Those kids, Harold in particular, have been pissing you off.
Okay.
All right. Not only are you going to get all these books back and you're going to clear up the rest of the library, you're going to get those kids, especially Harold. You're going to find him. All right. You're going to get him. You're going to show him how much hassle he's been putting on you.
Right. Okay.
All right. And you find this bizarre book in your chart, in your cart that you've never seen before, titled "Are You Okay, Little One?" A memoir by Hilda the Mystic. Very odd. Haiku. This is a couple days in now. You've been at this library and you found nothing that you need to find. You're feeling pretty rubbish about it, and you think for the first time you're going to do something that people aren't very good at. You're going to ask for help.
Oh no, no.
Randall, buddy, you've got a presentation to do today.
Oh my god, I'm just so worried about
It feels like a recurring nightmare.
it. Oh, it really does.
You got to prepare for this presentation, and you think it may be chatting to High Priestess Nerly, your supervisor, that might soothe your mind a little bit about it first. Maybe she can give you some kind of direction on where you should be taking your literature search. Maybe she can help you out. Maybe where's best to look next. And that is where we'll end today's session.
God damn it.
Goodness. Okay.
Well, see you in another month where we redo this whole episode again.
We will perfect
love
this episode.
This is our pilot episode. We're just gonna
What
keep
I
doing
will say is because you guys have rolled very well, or rolled well plus modifiers from various resources being used, you will remember tidbits of the previous run of this,
only tidbit.
which we'll talk about. You aren't going to remember everything, although Oro will remember a huge chunk because she rolled a 21.
Yes.
So there's going to be a lot. The next time we run through this, it'll be a lot shorter. You'll be able to. I mean, it depends really what you do. You might do something completely different, but you got a bit of a better idea of what's going on now.
Mm-hmm.
So welcome to Deja Vu Dream episode.
Uh-huh.
I hope you enjoyed today's session. It's been fun
Thoroughly.
cooking this one up.
Mm.
And that's where we're going to call it. We're going to call it there.
All right. Well,
All right.
yeah.
Well,
Should we be here for next Sunday? Next Sunday is the
What's next
24th.
Sunday?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I don't think I'm
yes,
missing.
should be.
Should be. Okay.
Let's say so. We usually do these games on Sundays, but this Sunday we couldn't, and we hadn't for a while, so we thought we'd move it to Friday instead.
Mhm.
Isn't Sunday the 25th? Am I absolutely out of my mind?
No,
24th.
Monday's the 25th.
Are you looking at the right month?
24th, yeah.
It's April, right?
Yeah, 24th.
Is this
You're
another
looking the right year.
D&D? D&D Deja Vu?
You okay over there?
Do you have an extra day in America?
The calendar in my phone is wrong.
What the fuck?
It
What?
literally says April 2022, and it says Thursday is the 15th. Say the 15th?
Today's the
Today's the
15th.
Friday the
15th.
15th.
The calendar in my phone is wrong. When I looked on my computer, it was right. I was like,
Oh,
why are
Oh
these
my-
different?
Oh
that's
my
so
God.
weird.
That's not even a little bit wrong. Oh wait, no, it's Friday today. Shit, I was thinking it was
Yeah,
Sunday.
it's Friday.
Okay, it is only one. It's not quite as wrong.
Okay. Well, GG everybody.
Yeah, GG's.
Okay.
Go games.
GGs. I would have probably seen if I could pull you guys in for another 30 minutes or so, but that was too good of a
No.
too good of a cliffhanger. I had to use
I'm
it.
another 30 minutes.
No, I gotta use that cliffhanger. Gotta use
Carmen,
it.
baby.
Gotta use it. You gotta leave them hanging. You want
We've been
more.
hanging for a month.
Tasty
No.
tasty D and
Been
D.
hanging for a month.
Yum 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 yum.
Don't leave them hanging. Tuck them in.
No.
Tuck him in. Give him a little forehead kiss. Come on.
Read them a story.
Delicious D and D.
All right. Okay.
That's
Well.
too strong. Adam understands. Adam understands. All right, Jenny, what are you doing with your stream? You raiding? You
We're
Breath of the Wild
ending.
in? Yeah.
We're ending. All right.
Okay.
Tomorrow's my day off, so I'll see you Sunday for a not D&D stream, but something else. Actually, no. Wait. Well, it'll be a later stream because we're also busy on Sunday.
Yes. Yeah, we're busy on Sunday as well.
Yeah. But I'll see you Sunday at some point. I'll let you know in Discord whenever that is.
Exclamation mark Discord.
Yes. So until next time, thanks for hanging.